Well, I think it's important to book a cruise based upon the ship you like and not the destinations that you're going to. Let's get into it. The majority of people that I know book their cruises thinking, I want to go to Mexico. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Alaska. How amazing is it going to be to go to these places? And while yes, cruising is ultimately about travel, it's important to understand that ports get canceled. Weather happens. Wars happen. It's important to understand that when you go on a cruise, you are going to spend far more time on the cruise ship than the ports that you're visiting. I can't stress hard enough how important it is for you to find a cruise line and a cruise ship that is going to match your vibe. Because in the event that your ports get canceled, you want to make sure that you're having a good time on the ship. And if you hate the cruise line and you hate the ship, you're going to be miserable. Yes, cruise line is definitely important. I made a whole video last year where I talked about how the different cruise lines have different vibes. And while back in the day, pretty much a cruise line had almost similar vibes on all their different ships, that has completely changed. You're going to get a totally different vibe on Royal Caribbean's Icon of the Seas versus its older, more matronly Serenade of the Seas. Icon of the Seas has a flow rider. It has a whole water park. It's got a swim up bar. Honey, it's got a whole aqua dome. Serenade of the Seas doesn't have any of that. It's got a cool Centrum, I'll give them that. But it's a very, very different vibe than Icon of the Seas. That's why it's important not to just look at the cruise line that you're traveling on, but the actual ship that you're traveling on before you book it. Whereas somebody who's calm and wants peace is gonna love the Serenade. A high energy person that wants to do a lot of things, they're gonna want the Icon, hands down. Whereas most likely that calm person on the Icon is going to feel overwhelmed, overstimulated, and want to get off at the first port. That's why I'm always saying it's important to do your research. Know the cruise line and know the ship. And above all, and I think this is honestly the most tricky part for people, know yourself. If you're a high energy person and you need a lot of stimulation, please do not put yourself on a small ship that's older and quieter, going to somewhere you don't want to go. But also, if you're quiet and calm, please don't put yourself on Icon of the Seas, surrounded by loud noises and children. Don't do it. Don't do it. I see cruise video after cruise video of people blaming the cruise line, blaming cruising in general, when really, they should be blaming themselves. Get to know yourself, get to know the people you're traveling with, and choose a ship and a cruise line that's going to work for you. Don't just pick it because it's going to the ports that you want to see. Because if those ports cancel, you're going to have a miserable vacation. And that's not what any of us want. Truly.